In past video blogs, I've touched on the issue of structured settlements. Structured settlements often are proposed by a defendant by an insurance company, and it's something that a client in the right circumstances would do well to consider. Essentially, a structured settlement is an annuity. It's a payout over time, and one insurance company will assign it to another, perhaps a life insurance company or something of that nature. The first and foremost consideration that your lawyer should have is, are the companies solvent? Are the companies who are mentioned, and one could be guaranteeing the other, so both, you need to know what is their rating under AM Best or similar insurance ratings. This is important because these are payments made not today, but down the road. So you want to have a sufficiently capitalized corporation, one that will be around to make those payments. Now, there are two considerations once you've gotten over the hurdle. Is the structure being placed with a solvent company, and is it guaranteed by another solvent company? Once you get over that hurdle, there are two times that I recommend a structured settlement to a particular client. Number one is if the client might spend the money in a very, very quick way, perhaps not in the most prudent fashion. That client may want to be protected from him or herself and may want the notion, the guarantee that down the road there will be money, and it forms basically or becomes almost an allowance and saves somebody from their quote improvident nature. And that requires a frank discussion between me as the attorney and the client. The second point of the advantage of a structure is somewhat less of a case now. And that is, years and years ago, interest rates were much higher than they are now. So payouts over time, which have this built-in interest, would be more beneficial because you would really get a considerably bigger number down the road than you would if you took an upfront payment. There is a further tax advantage, and that is if there hasn't been what's called constructive receipt, and that the payment, everything in the stream of that payment is tax-free, as if you had gotten the money in a complete tax-free income stream. When you settle a personal injury case, you may know from my prior blogs, the money paid to you is tax-free, but not what you would invest in. And thus, an annuity does have a tax advantage because that money is already invested for you and it is tax-free. The big consideration, however, that we're facing now is that interest rates from insurance companies are low. So that second benefit of a nice income stream payment may not be as present as it once was. I think I've touched on these major considerations: the solvency of the insurance company, the client's inclination to be improvident with the money, and that would be in a direct, gentle conversation with the client. And the third is the slight tax advantage of an income stream down the road. Structured settlements have a place, perhaps not quite the place they had years ago, but it's nevertheless something that a client may want to consider. Thank you.